Hey YouTube, welcome back to my series on Japan. My name is Charlotte. I am a portrait and human body artist, and this has more to do with that. Today I'm going to take you through my art and stationery haul from all the different places I visited in Japan, and you will see each and every one of those in my little shorts that I've done, as well as a previous video. So check out those if you want more information. But as you can see, there's a nice big pile over there that we will go through today. So welcome to my full art haul. You can see that I bought quite a lot. Admittedly, I have spread this out, so then it's all nice and pretty. But we shall go through each one of these, what they are, and where I got them from. So Japan was so exciting for all the art and stationery shops. We visited quite a few, and the department stores also had like a stationery area in them. It wasn't like here's a few books, here's a few pens. It was like a full kitted out stationery area. And we walked into a couple of department stores, and there was even arts and crafts areas with fabric, with thread, with wool, with everything that you would kind of need. One of my favorite purchases was this big boy. So this is origami paper from Japan itself. I am videoing this selfie mode, so I apologize, this text is going to be backwards for you. But this is 1,200 sheets of origami paper in loads of different colours, as you can see on the back here, and it came from all places, Costco. Yes, we are Costco members, and as a Costco member we were able to get into Japan, and we had a fantastic time looking around. Costco is completely different over there. Well, not completely different. You've still got buying in bulk, you've still got great value prices, but it's so calm. There's no bashing into each other. People leave their shopping before they go and get food. Like, there's just abandoned shopping trolleys filled with paid stuff because they trust each other that much. So when I bought this, I was happy to go and leave the bag while we got our food. But it means that I can do a little project of 1,000 paper origami cranes. I'm not sure when I'm going to start or finish it, but it's on the list. These are at that place. That's there. That's there. That's there. That was that one. This was that one. That was that one. That was that one. That was gift shop. And that one. That one. All of those there. Is that people? No. That one there. 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 That one here. Now I've stopped talking to myself. So the next really exciting place, and these are in no order of when we visited them, was a place called Sakaido. Sakaido is like the art supply shop in Tokyo. It had everything from unmade canvas frames to the canvas, gold leaf and all the items that you needed to use it. It also had traditional art supplies for people who did large scale calligraphy or small scale, and everything in between. You wanted a new sketchbook with pencils, some watercolor paints, they have it all. I could have bought so much from there, but I knew that we had to get it back, and in reality, would I use these things? I know that if we ever go to Japan again, I would try and set up an art studio just completely out of nowhere, because it was just so amazing. I needed all those materials. I did get 4 things from there though that I feel like I will actually use, and that's something that was quite important to me. First off, talking about gold leaf, I bought some of the glue. So I have gold leaf. I haven't used it because I'm too scared. I also didn't have the glue, and for some reason I just never wanted to buy it in the UK. I saw things and I'm like, okay, sure. But with this really fine nib on this glue, I feel confident enough that it will get the detail that I want and need in the pieces that I want to use it in. So keep an eye out. I might do a little video on when I use this, as I have some like cheaper stuff as well. But this is gonna be very fun. The second thing I got was a calligraphy pen. So I would have bought the ink and the brush and all the rest of it, but it was like, I don't want ink going all over my stuff in the bag, and the brush, I don't want to like not use it. So I am actually doing a Japan little book of all our travels, like a little diary, scrapbook kind of thing, and I know that I'm going to want to write some of the Japanese language in traditional ways. So I bought this specifically for that, but also I learned Japanese when I was younger and I loved writing the traditional language as it should be in the Japanese. I'm gonna say symbols, characters, that's the one. So I bought one of these for that. The other things I bought were classically sketchbooks. So I am in love with this teal colour at the moment. It's just such a gorgeous colour, and it's filled with plain paper as sketchbooks are, and it's got this useful band. I've actually been running out of A5 sketchbooks, so this is a perfect addition to my collection. It's got plain white paper, unlike this little guy. This has some brown paper, ever so slightly textured, quite smooth, but I really wanted to use it because I've never really used brown paper. I've seen brown paper used in different ways, and I really loved the way in which people would highlight and low light, so get the highlights and shadows, and then leave the brown craft paper to kind of do its thing, be that middle ground. So I'm really excited to play around with colour and with material in this one, see how it likes it. So you know, earlier I briefly spoke about department stores having a craft or an art section. Well, welcome to the fabric stash. I really want to do some fabric things, whether that be making blankets or clothes, or I've wanted to improve my sewing skills in that respect for a while. So when I saw these, I could not help myself. The first one is little Shibas, which are adorable. They all are doing different things. So some standing, sitting, ones with towels on their heads. They are adorable. The second one is different Mount Fujis. So you got the sunrise, the, I want to say the solstice, clouds, plain, and it's just really sweet and really sentimental to just Japan itself. And last but not least, a koi. It's very sweet, and I haven't actually opened up the fabric to see what the rest of it looks like, but it's very soft and calm with the blossoms behind here and the koi in the center. And it's really reminiscent to me from our travels, because we did see a lot of koi, and we also saw the start of the blossom season as well. So this one and the others hold special memories in my heart that I hope to use perhaps in a little memory blanket or something. Speaking of fabric, we kind of bumped into somewhere, I think it was Kyoto. And this place is absolutely known for its fabric. It is a tailor shop. I can't actually remember the name right this second, and I didn't do my research before recording this. However, I bought these fabrics. So I bought 5 different fabrics, and these were all in like the scrap area. So as you walked in, there were 2 long bins kind of thing, filled with scraps or ends, that kind of thing. So this is the biggest, gorgeous flowers, and this actually is 4.45 meters and only cost me 180 yen. So in English terms, this is about 90p. You can see just how big it is. So that's still 1/3. I lied, that's a quarter of it for 90p. So you can kind of see why I couldn't leave these. It's also a gorgeous, gorgeous pattern. I'm thinking maybe back of a table runner, but you never know. I'm also collecting really sweet, cute fabrics, and I couldn't help myself when these 2 came up. It's the little monkeys with bananas, and you can see them hiding, the little bums, the little cheeky cheeks. And then there's a darker version there. So a little colourful version, and then sort of a brown version as well. And they're just cheeky little chappies. I couldn't help myself, okay? Who could say no? A third one, I believe it's the year of the snake in Chinese New Year, or in Chinese year. And this is, there we go. This is a little fabric to celebrate that. We have other things for Chinese New Year, as we've really believed in it this year. And you can see all the different snakes, as well as logo, and then turn it over. There you go. And believe it or not, this was 70 yen, so 35p, 4.1 of a meter. So if I stretch it out, it goes lengthways again, so the whole thing. This was 35p, and it's all the snakes are just adorable. If I fold that back up. There we go. And last but not least, you'd have seen these are squares of fabric, and I haven't actually seen them. They're slightly different. Oh, this was so much more worth it. Look at these sea creatures. So you've got your killer whale, your shark, your whale, a squid, hammerhead. And I didn't realise that they are different coloured backgrounds. They're so sweet. Oh, so these are slightly heavier fabric. So I don't know if I will use them in a blanket or anything, but I might just, because they're so cute. Look at that. So that was a specific tailor store. And they had all the Japanese fabrics, all the American fabrics. They had pre-quilted items. So for example, if you wanted to create like a jacket that was quilted, you didn't have to quilt the item first. You could just buy pre-quilted fabric, and just kind of everything that you wanted and needed from fabric. and anything, all the accessories, everything. It was fantastic to walk into, and my husband did have to kind of drag me out, but we forgive him because it meant that I didn't spend all my money. So another special place that we visited was the Tom and Jerry exhibition that I talked about in one of my previous videos, all about art and visiting exhibitions in Japan. And as part of that, this is more stationery than art, but I treated myself to a new mouse mat, and it is just so cool. It's all Tom and Jerry. It was their, I believe, 50th anniversary, and you can see it's signed by Tom and Jerry with their little characters there as well. I still haven't unwrapped it. By the time this video comes out, I hope I have, because it should be in use by then. But something useful that I can smile at every day while using my laptop. We also visited Nara Park that I spoke about in my very first video in my Japan series, so head back to that one to see more about Nara Park. But in their visitor centre, believe it or not, they also had art and craft items, and this is where I picked up this gouache palette. I don't know if I said that right. I'm terrible with some of the names of art equipment, but here we are. So they use this a lot, and if you water these down, it becomes watercolours. And so this is a very versatile palette. I have some of these at home in tubes, but I wanted something a little bit more versatile that I can just pick up and go if I wanted to do anything plein air. But you can see by the palette that there's loads of different colours, which will make it really fun to experiment with, and I will hopefully share some of those results with you when I do end up using it. Okay, now I'll take it. A little bit of a haul now. So where did I get this stuff from? It's up on my Instagram if I've forgotten the name. I want to say this stuff was from Hands. Hands is way more stationery than craft. There was a tiny bit there, but it's definitely, as you can see from my pile, a stationery place. So here I got a little book clip. One of my bugbears is books just like flapping closed or anything, so this will be really handy when I just need a little bit of assistance just to keep the book open. And I haven't used it yet, as you can see. I'm still fresh from Japan when I record this because I just wanted to show you, I wanted to share my art haul, but I'm really excited to fully utilise this, and it's a really nice sage green colour, as you can see. I'm also a rubber fiend. I will put it up, my hand up, and say I am a rubber fiend, and I couldn't help myself when buying these fun like puzzle rubbers and this little cute guy of a little sweet. They're just really fun, and I've actually found that some of these rubbers are better than the professional art ones because they're just cheap and cheerful rather than like, oh, it's going to do this specific thing. And in some situations, I really need that little sharp edge or this little random bit of a rubber rather than like a gooey rubber. Can't remember what they're called. Gummy rubbers, I think. Anyway, these sweet little ones are ones that I've picked up and that will be added to the rubber collection. And these ones even slot into each other to make like a tower, or you can slot in as a little puzzle piece. So I'm gonna have way too much fun playing around with these ones. I also added to my pen collection, so my rubbers have been added too, but as well as that, my pens. Let me just get those colours up. So recently I've been drawing a lot in fine liners, so I decided to pick up a 05 in purple. So it's not the thinnest, if I put it here, but it's also not the thickest. I usually work in an 8 if I want super thick. So this will give some good colour, some good detail, and they are a Sakura colour company. So there's the purple. We also have a dark blue, a dark brown, a light brown, a dark green, all from the same company, all 05, and a new 01 pin pen because I always destroy these ones the quickest. Flat nibs are the bane of my existence when doing pen drawings, so I thought I'd treat myself, instead of to a whole new set where I don't necessarily need them, to a new 0.1. Last but not least, I also got myself some very pretty notebooks. So there's a green one, I'm not sure what the middle colour is, and then the back, oh, it's a light green, and then the back is a purple. I'm tempted to do my Japan notes in here, as they are my Japanese books, but I also have one with the Great Wave on it, so we'll see. And this is all from Hands. Again, kind of a department store, but it's got a whole stationery floor. Just a couple of other places. I'm going to do all of these all together. So washi tape is a secret pleasure of mine, and I bought these 5 from slightly different places. So this one is all goldfish, and this was bought from an aquarium. This one is the cutest little birds, and I think that one was bought from a gift shop somewhere. We have Traditional Japanese Life, and this one was bought from, I want to say, the Kyoto Imperial Palace. Little fishy. Again from an aquarium, and don't know if you'll be able to see this one. It's quite dark, but they are all the sea creatures, again from an aquarium. And then to add to the rubber collection even further, when we went to the train museum, I got this little bottle of train rubbers. And it is all the different Shinkansen, it's all the different types of train, and you can tell which ones they are individually. I can't personally, but you ask my husband and he will tell you which train is which. Last but not least, I went into a place called Walnut, and they were wonderful people, filled with wool, but also something called Kogan cloth. So Kogan is a Japanese stitching way of stitching. It's slightly different to cross stitch, where it's a long stitch across the fabric and you go all one way for the pattern. So it's a bit like embroidery in a way, except from it's more like on cross stitch fabric. And then I also bought some specific threads. So these are more string-like, I would say, than the like cross stitch fabric or cross stitch items, sorry. And then these 3 colours as well. And because, you know, while we're there, gotta get some new needles to match. So I've found already a few different designs that I want to try. So they're still kind of sat to one side while I finish a couple other projects and get them out again. However, that was my art haul from Japan. I'm really excited to use all of them and remember the special times that we've had when I bought them and throughout the holiday. If you want any more details, check out the video or the shorts that I've done of each individual shop, and they will be able to showcase to you what that shop is like, as well as today's haul of what is included in those shops that I bought. I will leave you to your day now, but I hope you've enjoyed my art haul from Japan, and I will endeavour to share the rest of what I do with them in the future. Alright, see you next time.